Hello everyone, this is now part 2 on verbs in grammar. I've got one question for you. You need to watch part 1 before you watch part 2. Now, question 1, what are the different types of verbs? I said in my first video we have two types, main verbs and auxiliary verbs. So I will speak about, main verbs in this video. Now, what is a main verb? A main verb can be used, on its own. And because I say main verbs, so main verbs can be used on their own. You don't need another verb with them. Main verbs can be dynamic. It means they have action. Or static or stative. It means no action. Main verbs are always finite. Finite. What's this finite? I will explain it. Main verbs can be regular or irregular. Irregular means not regular. Main verbs can be transitive or intransitive. Transitive, intransitive. What does this mean? I will explain. Some main verbs have different names. So linking verbs, dynamic verbs, stative verbs. So all these, all these types of verbs come under the group. Which group? Main verbs. So we have got the family, and this family is called main verbs. And then under this family we have different types. So again, main verbs do not help us to make questions or negative. So we've got A, B, C, D, E, F, G. 7 pieces of information about main verbs. We have 7 things, 7 important things about verbs. I'm going to look at one by one and explain slowly and give you examples. Main verbs. Main verbs can be used on their own. So if you look at this sentence, I like coffee. What is the verb? Like. Like is the verb. Do we have another verb in this sentence? No. It is the only verb. Like is the only verb, and that is why it is the main verb. And I can use like on its own. I don't need another verb with like. Like only can be used, and it's okay if I use it. Number B. Main verbs can be dynamic. If you say this verb is dynamic, it means this verb has action. Or stative. Stative verbs have no action. So stative is opposite dynamic. What are stative verbs? Any verb about feelings or senses or opinions. We call this verb what? A stative verb. So if I say Amarjit plays the piano, plays is the main verb and it is a dynamic verb. Why is it a dynamic verb? Because there is action in a play. Like you are moving, you are doing something, playing the piano. But if you say I know what you mean, know is a stative, is not dynamic. Know is about your opinion. When you say I feel, I know, I smell, so anything about your feeling, anything about your senses, anything about your opinion, it means what do you use? You use stative verbs. Number C. Main verbs are always finite. So what is a finite verb? They show tense and are related to subject in person. So when you say a verb is finite, it means this verb has a tense and you can use it in a sentence. And also a finite verb is connected, is joined with the subject in person. What is person? As you know, we have first person, we have second person, we have third person. First person is I and we. Second person is you. third person, he, she, it, they. And number. What is number? Singular. Like if you say I, means one, singular. I, he, she, it. This is singular. Or plural. Plural. So when you say we, means group. When you say they, again it's a group. So, but when you say you may be one person when you speak to one person, or sometimes you speak to a group of people and you say you. So you can be singular, can be plural. Now, let me explain this slowly. Finite verb, they show tense. So if a verb has tense, it means it is finite. And you take this verb and you use it in a sentence. And this verb must agree with the subject. So if the subject is I, the verb is go, for example. They agree. But if the subject is he, the verb is goes. They have to agree. Subject and verb have to agree. They agree in person. If it is I, first person, verb is go. If it is second person, you, should be go. If it is third person, like he, should be goes. So I play, play is finite, and play agrees with I. Plays is finite, it agrees with he, and played is finite, it agrees with she. Of course, play agrees with I is first person, and I is singular. So this means play has a tense. Play agrees with I because I is singular and I is what? It is singular and it is what? It is first person. Plays agrees with he. We put S to play. I cannot say he play. So plays, he is third person and he is singular, is one. She, again played is finite verb. I put it in the past. And she is singular, is one, and she is third person. So all the time when you put a verb, you have to think about the subject and they should agree together. And this is all the time when we use any tense we use. And as I said, we have 12 tenses in English. Anytime you use a tense and you use a verb, ask yourself, what is the subject before this verb? And subject and verb should what? Should agree together. They agree in number and they agree in person. Now, main verbs can be regular or irregular. So, played is past of play. So, play is regular. What do I do? If I want to make play past, I add ed. Listen is regular. What is the past of listen? Listened. But thought is not regular. What is the present? Think. What is the past? Thought. Again, buy is not regular. Buy, bought. So play is a main verb, but it is regular because it has ed in the past. Thought is a main verb, but it is not regular because we don't put ed to the verb. Now, number E, main verbs can be transitive or intransitive. So when Kiran sings a song, she laughs after it. So sing a song. Sing is a verb, a song is a noun, and it is an object. If a verb has an object, we say this verb is transitive. I repeat, a song is a noun and this noun is an object. So after sings, we use what? An object. This means sing is a transitive verb. After laugh, there is no noun, no object. So laugh is an intransitive verb. So again, when you use a verb, you have to use your dictionary Is this verb transitive? It means it takes an object. Is this verb intransitive? It means it doesn't take an object. And some verbs can be transitive and intransitive. So you have to use the dictionary very, very well. So some main verbs have different names. So linking verbs, dynamic verbs, and stative verbs. All these linking verbs, dynamic verbs, and stative verbs, all these are main verbs. They are main verbs, but they are the children of the main verbs, if you want. So what's a linking verb? A linking verb joins a subject and a complement. And a linking verb does not show action. So this verb to be is a linking verb. There is no action in verb to be. And again, any verbs about senses, smell, taste, again, touch, again, verbs about senses, again, are linking verbs. So if you look, I've got examples for you. We are at college. Are is a linking verb because are joins we, with at college. So are, we is the subject, at college is the complement. We is a linking, are is a linking verb because it joins we with at college. The same here, smells is a linking verb. It joins this flower with nice. I will stay at home. Stay joins, I with at home. Feels joins she with tired. All these verbs in blue are smells, stay, and feels. All these verbs are what? Linking verbs. So what do? They link the subject with the complement. The complement is what comes after the verb. Main verbs do not help us to make questions or negative. They don't help us. If you need to make questions or negative, you need auxiliary verbs, and I'll put a video on auxiliary verbs. But main verbs do not help us to make questions or negative, because when we have a main verb in a sentence and we want to make questions or negative, we have to use an auxiliary verb. So if you have a main verb like play, speak, read, understand, and you want to make questions, or if you want to make negative, what do you use? You use auxiliary verbs. So if you look at this sentence here, I speak German. Speak is present. How do I make negative? I don't speak German. I put do and then not before speak. How do I make question? Do I speak German? I put do at the beginning of the sentence. I put subject. I put speak as a verb. Alex speaks German. So speaks, this is like, I put it in blue for you. This is the verb, it's present. So I have to say Alex does. I don't say Alex do because you have S here. So you have to say Alex does, not speak. And after does, speak is infinitive. This means we don't use S with it. We delete the S. And some people say the S in speak travels to does. So we say does not speak. And in the question, does Alex speak German? You put does at the beginning. So the structure is the same. If it is negative, you put I do, but he does. I do not speak. He does not speak. She does not speak. If it is a question, do I speak? Does she speak? If it is past, David spoke German. So spoke is past of speak. Yeah. It means I have to use did, not do or does. David did not speak German. So I don't say do not speak, I say did. Did is past. Why do I use did? Because spoke is past. And after did, I must use speak. Speak is infinitive. What is infinitive? It means we don't put anything to the verb at the end. We write the verb in the base form, as it is. We don't add anything to it. And did David speak German? Again, I put did and subject and then verb. So this is the end of the video. If you want to do more practice on the internet, you can type this into Google, exercises on verbs, and then Google can give you thousands of exercises on verbs. So this is the end of part 2 on verbs. Thank you for watching and listening. If you like the video, please click on subscribe, and I hope you learn from more videos in future. Thank you for listening. Thank you.